What's up, guys? I will brief. Now, this is a short guide for making a speed set. I know most of YouTube videos basically don't talk about other than leather users. Now, I'm here to talk about the speed set in general, and especially about the Paladin class and how can you basically make your Paladin move in a mounted speeds inside whatever content you wanna do. Now, why the speed set is important? Basically, if you are a mount farmer, if you are a transmog collector, whatever, if you want to do any old content, what I mean by old content, I mean the content up to Battle of Azeroth, BFA. Now, it is mandatory or it's preferred to have a speed set. It will really, really reduce the runtime, whatever you want to do. Now, the speed by itself is called, and don't butcher me if I'm not pronouncing it correctly, it's called a tertiary stat. Well, basically, there is a main stat, which is strength, intellect, agility, for whatever class you're playing. There's a secondary stat, which is crit, haste, master, and versatility. And there's a tertiary stat, which is avoidance, leech, and speed. Now, speed gears in general are hard to obtain. They are extremely rare. And if you add one more condition, if you really want to obtain them with a certain, secondary stats, well, the difficulty level goes up and up. Now, for the speed set, you basically need four permanent items. I would say permanent. Three of them is BFA gears, and the last one, or basically the main one, is the Heart of Azeroth. Now, I assume you already know about the Long Strider perk, which basically increases your speed based on your highest secondary stat, and I will explain a bit what does it mean and how you can actually calculate how much secondary stat you need to get the maximum benefit of it. Now, if you take a look about this helmet has a long strider perk. It says increase your movement speed by 58% of your highest secondary rating up to 17%. Now, what does that mean? Basically, it will give you 58% of the highest secondary stat. Meaning, let's say I have 29 crit, okay? Now, this one will give me 58% of the 29. If that amount, if the result of the 58% of the 29 exceeds the 17%, you'll get 17% more speed. If the 58% of your highest secondary stat does not exceed the 17%, you'll get the same amount, which is the right amount, which is 58% of your highest secondary stat. Now, why this is important? You need to max this out. Okay, now, guys, focus with me. I know I'm not prepared for this. So I'm gonna improvise. You know what I'm talking. I don't have a sheet in front of me to read whatever I have prepared. Now, why this is important? Basically, there are three gears where you can basically benefit from the long strider perk, which is head, shoulder, and chest. And for them to activate, you need the Heart of Azeroth, which is the most important item. Now, if you are a leader user, those items can be obtained from normal dungeons. From normal dungeons, again, normal, not mythic. Why? The item level from normal dungeons is higher than the item level from mythic dungeons. Let's take a look, for example, at the Freehold. Freehold, let's take an example at the helmet. It has 194 item level. Now, if you go to mythic, the item level will drop to 159. So this means you lose your some of the stats from your basically from your long strider perk. Now, everyone basically goes to nether because basically everyone is a fucking druid nowadays for farming because it's faster. I know it's faster. Okay, but I don't want to play a fucking druid. My main is a paladin. So that shouldn't prevent me from having a speed set. Now, But what is difficult here, that the helmet and chest are easy to obtain from dungeons. Basically, you can spam the dungeons till you get those gears. Now, the shoulder is the hardest part to get. There are two shoulders with the long strider perks. One of them drops from Megator in the Battle of the Zara lore, and you need to obtain this on the highest difficulty possible. And the other one drops, if I'm not wrong, from the Eternal Palace on the Zakul, whatever the how do you spell this name, also in the mythic difficulty. Now I don't know if you can solo this, and I've heard that this is a really rare drop chance. Now if you take a look at the stats here, it's bugged. Don't listen to the tooltip. I would like some of you guys to really to confirm what are the real stats of the long strider perk on this one. If you take a look at this one gives you 58% of your 17 up to 17, and this one will give you 46 up to 14. Now these are our best slot options. Now the speed itself can be divided into three categories: passive speed, basically the one you can constantly have, whether you move, whether you attack, whether you do anything. And you have procs that are that are affected by your attacks and shit. And you have also activated speed spells like if you are a druid, you can dash, you can I don't know, you can jump, you can use your divine steed if you are a paladin. We will talk to this later. Now the maximum speed cap for a level 70 character is 5000. Again, 5000. The 5000 will net you 49% speed, not 50, 49. There is a diminishing return on the speed stat. Of course, the first 1000 speed stat will give you 17%, and after the first 1000, every 125 speed stat will give you 1% speed stat. Now, if you are a paladin, or in general, you need to max out the long strider perk. Now, 17, 58% of what should my secondary stat be in order to get the maximum, which is 17. Now, if you do a little bit of math, it turns out that the amount of my secondary stat has to be 30%. Now, I'm a paladin. As you can see, my critical strike is 20. I chosen critical strike to be my highest secondary for this speed set. I haven't reached the 30% yet. Okay, let me use this buzzing rune to enchant my weapon with my crit. Okay, now I have reached 30%. As you can see, my speed increased from 192, increased from 190 to 192.4. Basically, I gained 2.4 just from increasing my long strider ability, which is really. Now, how I'm gonna know that I will not benefit more if I get more critical strike? Let's do the wings. Wings basically will give me 20% more critical strike. Now, look, I have now 50% critical, and my speed did not change. So basically, the cap of your highest secondary stat should be 30% in order to gain or to benefit from the maximum amount of the long strider perk. Now, for your boots, you need, I mean, the optimal thing is that you need a level, an item level 50 boot with the socket. And if it also has the speed stat, it's okay. Now, why? Because the minor speed increase enchant, as you can see, will give you, basically, this one will give you a flat 10% more speed, which is way better than equipping a level 70 item with a speed enchant. And if it has a socket, you can also gem it with a speed gem, which is really not big of a deal since it's not very high amount of speed, but still better than nothing. Okay, now basically getting speed gears is really hard. Now after introducing the Emerald Dream, basically there's a BOE farm and you can buy those speed gears from the auction house. I mean, they are kind of expensive, you know. Some of them is really expensive, and some of them is extremely rare to obtain. So you basically you gotta spend shitloads of gold trying to obtain, the optimal gears. Now, one more thing. The Onyx Annual. The Onyx Amulet, basically with the 3 gems, Wind Sculptor Stone, basically whenever you move, you're gaining 100 speed. Let me see you. This is this buff. Up to 5 times. Look. Now I'm gaining 561 speed just from moving. And I assume you already know these things, but I'm gonna be more specific, especially for Paladin now. Okay, now for a Paladin, in order to increase your speed, you need a specific tree. Basically, the most important one is this one because it gives you like 2% flat speed. A Cavalier Divine Steed with 2 charges, of course, and the one with the more time up. Now this one is really important. Judgment. Judgment also increases your speed by 10% whenever you judge a target that doesn't die or doesn't whatever. And this one as well. Freedom increases the movement speed by 30% whenever basically. Okay, so basically when I freedom myself, look, my speed also increased to 226, which is really more than mounted speed inside. Look, let me go mount. Look, what the hell is this? Why did I get... Okay, I don't know why I have more speed. Doesn't matter. But if you go to other content, maybe because I have a... Where is it? I think because I have an Ajatar ability that increases basically my speed. Maybe. Anyway. Now, for food, the fried bonefish will give you... Let's eat and see how much it gives. And also this one, charge vial of alacrity. Basically, this is a must unless you are lacking secondary stats. Then you would go for other stat flasks. Okay. Now I have 42. Oh, basically, when I move, I have 42 constant speed. Now I'm at 4,121. Now I need 5,000. Okay, to reach the max, to reach the passive. Again, try to get as much gears with speed stats and also stats that to maximize your long strider to ability, basically your second stat. Now the best race for having making a speed set is Zandalari troll, yeah, Zandalari troll. They get like 5% flat speed. Now I've seen some people. You know what? I'm not gonna talk about active buffs and shit because look, if you take a look at this. See this crab? Let me take it. Now my increase, basically increase, look. I can move up to 250 speed, which is really a lot. Now if I go this, okay, this is 34. Okay, did that benefit from this? Anyway, guys, good luck hunting. If you have any questions, I know, guys, don't butcher me. It's my first time recording a video. I know it should be better, but still, if you have any questions, I mean, you get the general idea. I mean, you have already searched online. I bet you already searched online. That now the post on Wowhead is not fully updated, but if you read the comments, you basically they're really helpful. This set is true as of patch 10.2. Now how can I improve my set? As you can see, I have 42% passive speed without activating any spell or anything. Now, see this ring? Now everything here I have speed, speed, speed. Speed, speed, speed. Speed, speed. Look at this. Okay. This ring has no speed. This ring is basically equipped to maximize the long strike durability. Now, it has large shitloads of crit, also with the socket. Now, if I remove it, look, I'm losing shitloads of speed. If I equip it, I will get shitloads of speed. Now, how can I upgrade my current set? Basically, I will get a ring with a crit stat, with a high crit stat from the new content from season 3, and with a speed tertiary stat on it. So basically, this will also exist. Now, for the Onyx Amulet, before I leave, basically this is a mandatory because whenever you move and you're gonna be moving, and that's why you need a speed set, you're gonna get 100 speed. I know it's bugged because 5 stacks should give you 500. Now this gives me 561. I don't know why, and I don't wanna know why because I'm already benefiting from this. Now this, whenever you enter combat, basically you will gain another close to 400 speed, which is really good. And this one, after getting 20 kills, you'll get an item here, 3 items basically. One of them can turn out, they basically transform into like 3000 speed or whatever. Now this is really helpful. Anyway guys, if you need any help, especially if you are a paladin, just give me a call. Oh, I've about fuck this. I almost forgot.
What will you require?
Time is money, friend.
Try to get this one. This one will give you 5% above your maximum speed, but it is activated basically whenever you go in combat or whatever. Now, in order to get this, you need to do the Dajitar PvP quests. It's really hard to obtain nowadays because no one is playing Dajitar. But if you have an alliance friend or a horde friend, you can basically, it will take some time, but still you can eventually get it.
Have a good
Anyway,
one.
guys, see ya.